Are you ready for quilt number 2? I am so excited. First, let me tell you what I did. I did take your advice, and the majority of people said a 4-inch border, and I put a 4-inch border on. However, I did not take your advice for the backing. I wasn't satisfied with any of those. So I am going to go with this. I think it will be fantastic on the back. All right. So this is my backing. All I have to do is square it up, and then I'm going to send it off to my quilter. Okay. But let's go on to quilt number 2. Yay! Of my summer sewing series. I am super excited. I mocked it up in EQ8. I love EQ8, and I found out there's some fellow EQ8 lovers. And I'm with a different color scheme. That's what I'll call it, okay? And it's called Starring Churn Dash. Is 88 inches square. I have decided to make these big quilts, guys. But look, isn't it fab? And I'm calling it Starring Churn Dash because you see the center star right here? That is what's the center of attraction, okay? So it's all just churn dashes and half square triangles. I have already uploaded this to my website, and let me give you the fabric requirements. I say it says 4.5 yards, which is good. It should work out perfect, but I would definitely get 4 yards of the white. And the white on white that I'm using is white on white from Nantucket Summer. I think Camille calls it Sail is the reference that she has for this fabric, but it's gorgeous. So it's not quite white, it's more of an off-white. And we're gonna pair it with green. Can you believe I'm gonna do cream, guys? I can't believe it. This, I said cream. Green, green plaid. And I think it's gonna be fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Let's take a look at it. All right, I think that's gonna be fab. I may tweak or twerk the center. I may not do that as a center, but this is what will be available to you. Every block in this quilt top is 8.5 inches unfinished. So if you know how to make an 8.5 inch churn dash and you know how to make an 8.5 half square triangle, you can make this quilt top. All right, it's super simple. It's 10 by 10, and the borders are 4 inches finished, or 4.5 inches unfinished. Okay, so that's exciting. Remember, I would get at least 4 yards. So this is yardage. This is not a pre-cut quilt for me. 4 yards of your favorite low volume, and then 4 yards of your favorite print. All right. All right. I will also have the mock-up from EQ8 available on my website. But I will actually be going through how to make them because they're so easy of a block. I will just walk you through it. And I will leave in the description below exactly how many you need. For example, you need 48 half square triangles, half green plaid, half white on white, and then 52 8.5 unfinished churn dash to make this quilt top. All right. But I'll even break it down a little further on how many 4.5 inch squares you need, how many 5-inch squares. I will break that all down for you in the description below. But let's talk about fabric again. I'm super excited. So this is the mock-up, right? And this is the fabric. I have a little piece here. Isn't that gorgeous? Let me show you what I have decided what the backing is. I've already decided the backing on this one, and I am super jazzed, guys. I got it 20% off at Fat Quarter Shop. This is what I use my Sew Sampler coupon for. Oh my stars. Look at that. That's going to be the back. That is going to be gorgeous. I can just see it. I can see it. So I have 8 yards of this. 5 yards of this because I think I want to use it in another project, a small piece of it, like half a yard. And then I have almost 4 yards of this. All right, and that's that white on white Nantucket. Let's get started. I've starched this. I'm going to starch this, then I will come back and we will start. Okay, let's go over these two very straightforward blocks. I don't want to say simple because if you never sewn before, maybe it's not simple for you. But you need a 9-inch print and you need a 9-inch low volume. These are for the half square triangles, all right? We want them to finish at 8.5. I'm going to draw a diagonal line, all right, on the back of the print. And then let's make sure on the low volume, it's hard to tell what this, which side is the right side. So right sides facing each other. I'm going to line them up. Some people use pins, some people don't. I do on bigger pieces so that they don't move around. And then I'm going to sew on both sides of this. Giving me a hard time. Of this line. Let's do that really fast. There we go. All right, 1/4-inch seam. All right, not gonna cut it loose. I'm just gonna flip it to the other side. Right. Sorry. Try not to cut my fabric. All right. And then I am going to cut on that diagonal line, and that is going to give me my half square triangles. All right. So it's going to give me 2 half square triangles, and then I'm going to square them up to 8.5. All right. All right, guys, I thought I had recorded making this block, but I'm gonna make it again just real quickly. I did not push the right button. So let me show you how I make this block. It is different from the block that's on EQ8 and in the download, okay? This block has all the measurements you need to cut. And then each square within the block is the same size. I did not do that. I went with a traditional Churn Dash block. Okay, so this is a 4.5 inch unfinished center, 2.5 inch unfinished half square triangles on all 4 corners, and then these are the 1.5 by 4.5 sewed with a 1/4-inch seam to the 1.5 by 4.5 background, and that's how you get 2.5 by 4.5. All right, so that's how I'm gonna do mine. I have trying to figure out some ways that I can I don't want to say speed sew, but just kind of speed up my sewing. So I have my 4.5-inch center, and then I have cut some 1.5-inch strips. And I am going to sew them together and then cut the blocks down to 2.5 by 4.5. All right, I gotta find out which. Oh, good. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. And then I have a 4.25 low volume, and then a 4.25 print. I'm going to put these right sides together, sew all around them, and see if I can get some 2.5-inch squares out of this. All right, so let's get started. All right. Needle down, and let's go. I think the thing I love about this quilt top is how quickly it will come together. I'm really loving that about it. Just making sure things are right sides, and it wasn't. They look so similar. All right. Here we go. All right. What else do I need to do? This one. We're just going to sew off that, and then right sides together. Yep. Right, let's finish going all the way around this, and I think you can imagine if you have to do, I think I need like 52 of these, so I would just chain piece over and over again, okay? But for now, one more. There we go. All right. All right. So let's do a couple of things now. I have my 8.5-inch ruler, which is fantastic because you can use it to square up both of your blocks. You only need one tool to square up both of your blocks for this quilt top. I am going to open up the seam. I have been, well, that's the plan for most of the quilt top, is to have open seams. I want these blocks, these churn dashes, to lay as flat as the half square triangles. All right. And then I am going to take my ruler. Where's my 4.5-inch line? There we go. Maybe I should do it to the side for now. There we go. And I am going to do 2.5 by 4.5. There we go. I have a line for my 4.5 and a line for my 2.5. And then I need my rotary cutter, and I need 4 of these, so that's one. Sorry. I'm gonna have to iron these before I actually. 4.5 by 2.5. There we go. Clean that one up a little. There we go. So I got one. There we go. See if I can lay this one down. Let's go to 4.5. Where are you? 4.5 by 2.5. There we go. Sorry, I'm a little clumsy, aren't I? Okay. That's 2. I'm going to close this because I'm trying not to hurt myself, cut myself. Let me open this one as well. Finger's not working. And if you have a wood press, it'd be a great time to have it at your side. Mine is over on the other desk. All right, 4.5. Let's go back here. Here we go. I'm gonna go to my 4.5 line. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Okay, so there's that one. Need to clean it up a little. 4.5. Where are you? There we go. Okay, gotta remember to close that, don't I? There you go. All right, one more. Make sure it's recording. It is. All right. 4.5. I almost cut that one too short. All right. Okay. So there we go. I have 4 of these. And they are going to go, let me move this out of the way, make sure it's closed. They are going to go on, the green is going to go towards the center. I don't know if you can see that. Let me iron these really quickly and then we will finish up. Okay. Better yet, I'm going to bring my iron and my little wool mat. We got these at T Quilts Retreat. Aren't they cute? And they're perfect for this, guys. So I'm just going to take it. There we go. There's 1, 2. And this is what I love about having a cordless iron. All right. So I got 4. All right. I should have it closer, but I don't. All right, move that. So this is what your block will look like, okay? That's just fantastic. All right. The green goes towards the center on all sides. All right. And then we need to cut this one. All right, we're gonna make this really easy. Here's my shortcuts. I am going to use a strip club ruler, okay? And I'm gonna use this 2.5 inch line right there. And what I'm gonna do is I am going to set my stitching line on the 2.5 inch line. All right. The other thing you could do is cut it diagonally, but I think this will work out just great. All right, there's 1. You're almost done. Okay. Trying to show you. There you go. So that's that 2.5 inch half square triangle, okay? And then I'm just gonna do the other 3 that I need for this block out of this, okay? Putting it again on the 2.5 inch. I think I'm gonna go all the way to where I cut. So I only have to do 1 cut. And if you have the junior, the strip club ruler junior, it might be a little easier to manipulate. So there's that one. Turn it on its side. Put it on the 2.5 inch seam. Cutting once, cutting twice. All right. All right, need 1 more. So the 4.25 inch worked really well. Yay. I'm excited about that. I could also strip piece. I could do two 2.5-inch strips. One green plaid, one the white on white face, right facing, sorry. And then sew on both sides, and then I could use this as well. I could use the strip club ruler. Close this up, and let's iron these open, and then I'll show you the block again. Okay. I am opening up all seams that I can, I should say. Okay. I don't know why I like doing this on top of my sewing machine. Maybe because it's such a firm surface. Trying to get that stitch out. Boy, it's playing hard to get. There it goes. There we go. And one more. Then I'm going to get my iron. We're going to flatten out these seams. Press. Not iron, but press. And then I will show you what the block looks like. Okay? All right, let's flip them all over. This is closed. I should not need it while making this block. And I just want to make it easier for myself. So I'm going to put them all the same direction. All right. Okie dokie. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then I'm going to put them all on top of each other and let my iron give it a little heat. All right. Okay, then we have what we need to make this Churn Dash block, and I'm excited. It's super quick, super fast. It's taken me a little long to talk it out, but it's an easy block to put together. There we go. All right. The only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of my dog ears. I think that's what they're called. Dog ears? Yeah, I think they're called dog ears. All right, I'm going to use the same 8.5-inch ruler, and I am just going to look for the 2.5-inch section right here. All right. Two and a half. Putting my diagonal on the diagonal. Oh gosh, guys, it's perfect. This is wonderful. I didn't know it was going to work out that great, but I'm glad it did. Let's show you. So I have 4 2.5 half square triangles, 2 HSTs, 4 HSTs. There we go. They go on the outside. The 4.5-inch center. All right, low volume. And then my 2.5 by 4.5. Remember, these are each 1.5 by 4.5. I sewed them together with 1/4-inch seam, and now they fit. All right. So there we go. This goes here this way. All right, can you see it? That's going to be my square train, my Churn Dash block. All right, I have finished all of the blocks for this quilt top, and I absolutely love it. Okay, so starring Churn Dash is what I'm calling it, and I really love it because of this center. I love how it makes the star, but I'm like, I don't know about these 4 8.5-inch Churn Dashes. So I thought, what if I take it and I make one large Churn Dash and like 16.5 inches. So let me show you what it would take. It takes 4 4.5-inch half square triangles, and I apologize, they are working outside of my room. I can't control it, but I hope it doesn't get too loud. All right. low volume to the outside, green to the center. Green to the center. Put them in each of the corners, green to the center. One more there. All right, and then you're going to need 4.5 by 8.5 inch strips or rectangles. And each rectangle is composed of one green, 2.5 by 8.5 green, and 2.5 by 8.5 low volume. Okay, green goes to the center again. All right. And I came up with this by just continuing to play around. I wanted something more of a pow in the middle of the quilt, and so I decided to try this. All right, so all I need left is that 8.5 inch block. I could do a churn dash. All right. That's cute. That's cute. I could also, before I move up forward, I just want to say, I want you to play around, because maybe this two-tone or two-fabric quilt is a little boring for you. So maybe you can change these 4.5 inch squares. I think that would have been super cute in all of the blocks. I wish I would have thought of it, but I didn't. And I just took a 4.5 inch square and stuck it in the middle. But what if I change it to a sawtooth star to kind of coordinate with this sawtooth star? All right, 8.5 inches, stick it in the middle, and boom shakalaka. I like it. I like it a lot, you guys. I like it a whole lot. I think I would even like this even better with a little more in the center. I wish I would have done that for all of them, but I didn't, and I am not doing 52 churn dashes again. Let me go over what it takes to make this quilt top the original way, which is here. All right, you need 52 churn dashes. If you make it this way, you only need 48. All right. And then you need, where's my half square triangles? I have no extras, so I'll have to pick one. You need 48 half square triangles, and then you just lay out your quilt, whether that be on a design wall, on the floor, on a bed, however you lay out your quilt top. And then if you want to do it like me, I would suggest, because I think I'm going to leave this like this, I would suggest laying it out with the center first and then developing your quilt top. All right? All right, guys, I am going to sew this up and then put a 4-inch border, 4.5 unfinished on it, and then I'll have the reveal. It's done, and it was a lot of work, y'all. I put a 4.5 inch unfinished border on there, so it is 89 inches by 89 inches. It is a huge quilt top, and I love it. I think I love it even more because I changed out the 4 churn dashes in the center to 1 large churn dash with the sawtooth star. I was even considering, where did I put it? Here it is. I was considering changing all my centers in the churn dash to this because I really liked how it looked. I thought, oh wow, that really pops. But I realized this quilt top is for a man in my life, and that wouldn't be a great idea to have floral on the front and on the back, because this is my backing, y'all. It's like a gray taupey floral. So I don't want to put the floral on the front and the back. So I'm loving what I have. But that doesn't stop you from putting whatever 4.5 inch square that you like in the center of your churn dash, or changing the block completely. Put a sawtooth star in, okay? Or your favorite 8.5 inch block, whatever it is, just substitute it and make it work for you. Also, do more colors than I did. This is my first 2-color quilt, and I am 2 fabric quilt because there's only 2 fabrics here. I'm really excited about it. Would I do plaid again? probably not this much, because with the borders, I had to line these borders up and I had to waste some fabric. I did not like that. I starched my plaid and it was all kind of wonky. So I think I starched it with some really heavy starch, and I probably should have just spray starched it. But it turned out fabulous. I love my quilt top. The other thing I want to tell you before I go is, I don't know, did I show you my my binding? That's my binding, y'all. It's gonna be cute. So it's ready to go to the quilter. But these churn dashes take about 208 half square triangles, 2-inch. So if you have some triangles on a roll, that probably be the good time to pull them out, okay, if you're gonna make this type of churn dash. All right, but that's it. You also can just change the size of this block, so you can make it 6.5, doing a 6.5-inch churn dash and a 6.5 half square triangle, and that would make this a lot smaller. Make it about 60 by 60, and then depending on what you do as far as a border. All right, but that's all I have for you. I'm super excited that quilt number 2 starring Churn Dash has been completed. The mock-up is available on my website, Quilts-by-Carmel.com, and I'll come back hopefully next week, and I will have I'll be rolling out rolling Churn Dash. I know I'm not that good with those quips, huh? But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. If you would, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please let me know, what kind of panto would you use on this quilt top? Remember, it's for a guy too. It's already very geometric, but I got floral on the back, so I'm a little stuck. Would you do floral? Would you do circles? Would you do something geometric? Let me know, okay? I will see you guys next week. Have a fabulous day. Bye.